Okay, so imagine this. 99 Tetraminos on an island, and the last one to remain standing wins. Unboxing! Woo! Tetris 99. So you may be thinking, well, like, 3 out of 5 of these videos are about Tetris or a Tetris-like game. And you're right, but if you're thinking, well, at least now there's no more falling block puzzle games that we can do, you're completely wrong. We still got Dr. Mario, Tetris 2, Puzzle League, Pokemon Puzzle League. That game is wonderful. And, you know, so I'm not going to be doing a physical unboxing of Tetris 99. It's going to be more of a conceptual unboxing. So the thing about Tetris 99 is it's free, but you have to have Nintendo Switch Online, and for that matter, have a Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo Switch Online is pretty cheap. It's only like $20 a year, and you can get a family plan, and then it'll be even cheaper. But a Nintendo Switch isn't very cheap, so that definitely has a bit of a barrier to entry more than some other games. So let's talk more about some Tetris 99. Spinning. Game review. So, a lot of people don't really understand how Tetris 99 works, and I get that because, well, playing against 99 people doesn't seem to make sense at first. So, Tetris 99, like a lot of other modern versions of Tetris, is basically Battle Tetris, meaning that whenever you do well or get lines on your screen, it gives junk lines on the other person, which have one empty space so they can clear them, but it moves up their block, so hopefully, you know, they'll get to the top and they'll die. So, how does that work with 99 people? So essentially what's happening is you can see them on the sides, and you have your 98 other people on the sides, and you can choose who to target with your right joystick. And you can individually choose who to target, or you can set the game to do it for you. You can do random, you can do it for KOs, you can do it for badges. And how the KO and badge system works is every time you KO or kill another person, you get a badge. And this badge increases your damage. So, if you want to make it later in the game, you need badges, because if not, you're going to be, you can even completely double the amount of garbage blocks you're throwing versus your opponent, which helps a lot. And then every time you kill a person with badges, you get all of theirs. So it's a winner-take-all situation. So that also means if you have a lot of badges, you become a target. So you kind of need to weigh the pros and cons of not going out there and killing a bunch of people and staying stealthy, or if you want to just go for it and let anyone who wants try to kill you. Let's play! So, I don't have a capture card, so we're going to be talking some Tetris 99 strategy, and we're just going to be using basically a generic version of modern Tetris. So, first of all, a good thing to note is when playing modern Tetris, the randomization system has changed. It's what's called a 7-bag randomizer, meaning it's essentially like if you put all 7 pieces in a bag and then pulled them out one by one. And what this means essentially is that every 7 pieces, you're going to get all of the pieces. So that way you're guaranteed to get everything, or in some older versions of Tetris, sometimes you'd go a very long time without it. So another good thing to know is there's a way that you can start games with a 70% chance of getting a perfect clear right off the bat, and let's talk about that. So overall, this method isn't anything too crazy. So there are several ways to do it, and essentially what you're going to be doing every time is you're going to be setting up... oh, I didn't want to do that. Well, that's gonna... oh, yeah, I can't, actually. Okay, well, anyway, now that I've messed that up. So I'm not used to these controls. Anyway. What you're gonna do is there's essentially always two things going on, and one of them is this block with our T and our Z and S, and then we have our other section which is done with the L, J, O, and whatever the other one's called. And you can put these in any order as long as you have these two sections. And then from there, essentially what you're going to want to do is try to get the perfect clear. And as you can see, I don't currently have the pieces for it. I almost do, but this one's the other way. So anyway, that happens sometimes, and there's usually a way you can prevent that, but I haven't been doing this for that long, so. Anyway, another thing to really keep in mind is T-spins. So if you don't know what a T-spin is, then I'll set one up in a second. So what you're going to want to go for later in the game is a thing called T-spin doubles. And essentially, what's so good about those is they give you just as many points as a Tetris, but they don't take up as much room. Then we're going to take this piece. So as you can see, that is the basic setup for a T-spin double. You have two lines there, and then you have that T-shaped hole in the middle with an overhang. And you're always going to want... oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you're always going to want that, even better, that overhang. So, then, can I only spin one way in this? How do I spin the other way? Well, that's going to make things interesting. Oh. And there we have one. So, let me restart the game and show you that beginning strategy again. Okay, so, that beginning strategy. So what we're doing is you got 3 ahead of that one, and then we're going to take this one, we're going to place it here, we're going to place this one here, this here. We can't use this piece now, so we're going to hold it, this here, we want our square back, and we want this one. So as you can see here, we're using all 7 of the pieces in this first setup. And then we just really hope that this works out. I don't know how to spin the other way, so this probably isn't gonna work. It's great. So I swear it does work sometimes, but if you only know how to spin in one direction, it certainly doesn't. So, you know, figure that out. And then overall, really the way to get better at Tetris 99 is to play more Tetris. And like, if you can't play Tetris against yourself, then you can't really do it against 99 people. So just sitting down and playing some games of Tetris is really going to help you. But other than that, I think that you should also work on T-spins, and then that perfect clear method in the beginning is pretty cool. I'll try to get some footage of all the configurations you can have. And that'll be it. Tech review! The Nintendo Pro controller. So first of all, I love the Joy-Cons. I know that a lot of people don't, but personally I like to use them just completely detached, so that way I can have my arms in any position. But I did buy a Pro controller, mostly because one of my Joy-Cons was broken, and this is cheaper. And overall, I think it's a really solid controller. Like, it's got large buttons. I have no complaints with the joysticks or anything like that. But the D-pad, I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because often when you press one thing, it'll press another. Like, it doesn't have the correct division. A lot of D-pads will have like a ball in the middle, so that way you can only press one at a time. This doesn't have that, and it's a problem when playing games like Tetris, because often you'll go to try to put something sideways and you'll quick drop it. And so for that reason, I really don't use this controller as much. But overall, it is a pretty good controller, and since it is cheaper than the Joy-Cons, I would recommend it.